Hey everybody, welcome in to another episode of Sports Talk for You. I'm your host Aaron Bell. I got my other co-host Adam Parker with me. Um, we are now 15, some teams, 15 games into the regular season of Major League Baseball. And if you would have told me the Royals would be 9-6 and have the third best record in the American League, and the Yankees would be 5-10 and be in last place in the American League, I would not have believed you. But it's Major League Baseball. That's how it is. Again, that's why there's 162 games and still about 147 left to go. So that's how it turns out. But I got to say, Royals fans, I know you're all watching this because you've subscribed to me. Um, Royals fans are happy. The offense has been a shit wreck the last probably I'd say 4 games, 7 runs, 33 innings is not going to get the job done. However, they are 3-2 in that span, but most of that's due to Salvador Perez. Um, and we know what happened to the Yankees with their offensive slump. They're 5-10, and pitching has not shown up for them either. But it's just baseball is baseball. You're going to go on slumps. You're going to have your hot streak. Yankees did this a couple of years ago in the middle of the season. They freaking tore it on and won about 20 of 25 games and were first place in the AL East. So stuff's going to change. Royals are probably going to drop to third place here before too long if they keep hitting like they are. And the Yankees could get up to first place easily if the Red Sox have the fault that they're going to have. Um, it's just what it is. I mean, National League, there's no really dominant team besides the Dodgers, who are probably going to run through the National League like crazy.
Yeah, I think the Dodgers will. The only roadblock I really truly see are the San Diego Padres. But even then, I think the Dodgers will take care of business. But it's funny because I never thought the Yankees would be in last place. I mean, sure, would they have lost some games? Yeah, but being in last place in all of baseball, that's kind of comical, really. But it just goes to show you that Brian Cashman, the GM for the Yankees, really just cares about hitting. Yes, you could say, well, you got Garrett Cole, so you can't really say, and you have a pretty decent bullpen. Sure, but when you don't have starting pitching, and the starting pitching is really what's been the Achilles heel for the Yankees for I don't know how many years. I mean, you got to address it sometime, and just bringing one guy in is not going to be enough. If you look back in the 90s when they were dominant, they had starting pitchers in David Wells, David Cohn, Andy Pettit, and a couple other Roger Clemens, just to name some. But that's a solid 1, 2, 3, 4. And right now they just have a solid one, and it's been that way for I don't know how long. You could say, well, they lost Tanaka. Tanaka was decent, sure, but the guy needed Tommy John surgery. I think had he gotten it, he would have been a lot better than what he actually was. And we don't have Tanaka anymore. Instead, we're trying to bring up these other guys from the minors. Don't take me wrong. We have a really good minor league system. But the thing of it is, once they choke, and if they choke, which they're not up to snuff right now, I mean, this is what you're going to get, especially when your whole 1 through 9, with the exception of maybe DJ LeMahieu and Judge going sporadic, but everybody else is not pulling their weight. Stanton has here and there, but everybody else has not really been pulling their weight. That's Gary Sanchez, even though I find his backup to be way better than him. Why he's not starting over Gary is beyond me. But I'm going to get off my soapbox on the Yankees because, yes, it's, still a young season. But you know what? If it's any indication, it's not looking good for the Yankees because even if they get into the playoffs, they don't have the starting pitching that they need for them to go far.
Yeah, and I know it's still early in the season, but I'm just looking at the standings, and 4 out of the 6 division winners that are predicted to win the division are now in last place. Of course, the Yankees are one of those. Then you got Houston Astros, who are on last place. The Atlanta Braves are not in last place, but they're second to last at 7-9. and then you got the Cubs at 6-9, who are playing some dreadful offense as well. So, I mean, it's early in the year. We still have 147, 145 games to go, depending on what team you are. But it's kind of been a crazy beginning of the year because compared to last year, we only had 60 games. This year, we got the whole slate going on, and now teams are starting to get. And just to think, the Royals are doing this without Alberto Mondesi.
Yeah.
This guy was supposed to be out for 10 days on the 10-day IL, and now it's turned into a 6 to 8 week injury, and he's only on week 3, so he's still going to be out for 3 to 4 more weeks, which means Nicky Lopez is still going to be playing. I like the guy's defense, but he has no power. He can't hit. Even though he's batting 300, actually below 300 now, his average has dropped to 150 points. He's not a hitting guy, and Royals need offense right now. They're not scoring. Their defense is sensational. Their pitching has done a lot better than I really expected. But pitching's not going to keep up forever, and that's what you need to win in the major leagues is pitching. I mean, look at the Dodgers. My God. You got Kershaw. You got that, I think, David Price. You got Rue, whatever his name is.
Rue, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget about Greinke. He throws a 47-mile-an-hour through ball. Yeah, I mean, that's God. That
No, baseball is a funny thing because if you ask people what's the key to it, they'll say pitching. But if you got a team with pitching, but now hitting, you're screwed there. But, look at the Yankees, you could even say to your team for an extent, but it hasn't beat you guys in the butt like it has the New York Yankees. But, starting pitching, they can score some runs, but it's never enough because the starters always give up more than they can, hold. So it's just baseball is a finicky sport, in my opinion, and we'll see what happens. But isn't it amazing how just because you're good on paper doesn't mean it will translate to the field? This is why we play the game.
Exactly. And right now, my player of the year is that Ronald Acuna. That kid is, God, the fact of that video that came out last week where he turned a sharp 2-hopper line drive ground ball into an infield base hit. The shortstop looked up and he just was in a daze. Like, how did he beat that out? And then the kid scored on a sac fly from the second baseman in short right field. I mean, the kid hustles. He plays great. He's a hell of a hitter. He's probably my MVP right now for this year, but then again, that could change as we have 145 games to go.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll change, but you're absolutely right because I saw that play and was like, dang, how did he beat that out? The guy's fast and the guy's hitting the ball well, and he's helping his team win. And I'd give it to him, the early MVP.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to stay hopeful that I don't have to wait till I'm 44 years old to see a playoffs next for the Royals. I'm hoping maybe this is a year. This could be the 2013 Royals that came up just a little bit short, and then 2014 they made the wild card game. So, hey, I'll be happy with the winning record when they were
I think
20 games under 500.
Right, and I think that this year you guys have the potential definitely to make the playoffs as long as your manager doesn't keep putting in the wrong pitcher.
Well, he hasn't put in Jesse Hahn in the last 3 or 4 games, so I've been.
Oh, that's good. That's good. But watch, another box burger will come up, and he'll be like, "Oh, let's play him."
We don't need no more box farters. That guy's long gone. He'll always be remembered in Royals history, but in a bad way.
Right. You shipped that. Talk about a to-go burger. You got rid of that thing.
Yeah. Well, what surprises me is the fact that Boston Red Sox, how do you trade away all those guys thinking, oh, they're going to suck after that first weekend with the Orioles, and now they're in first place in the AL East? I don't even know what they have. I don't even know half the guys on their team.
Yeah, I don't know half the guys either. And to be honest with you,
I know Devers.
Right. It's kind of right. But it's kind of funny to me because I feel like they're trying to be a cheap ball club now and try to win. I feel like they didn't really want to pay Mookie Betts, obviously, because they traded him to the Dodgers and they got rid of Xander Bogaerts, one of their best. I believe he was a center fielder. I could be wrong. But when I saw he was leaving, I was like, what on earth are they doing? And plus their bullpen last year was absolutely atrocious.
Here's the
So
thing, if the Red Sox go on like a little spout and the Yankees don't get any hotter, I think an AL East team can win that division with 85 wins. And I can't remember the last time an AL East team won a division with 85 wins.
right, I can't either,
Usually
to
one
be
team
honest with you.
89, 99
Mhm.
wins to win that division. So
Right.
the AL Central, you can have 82 wins and win the damn division. It's so bad this year.
Right.
It's not really bad, I should say. I should say it's more, you know, even.
Yeah.
You don't really,
It's even,
yeah. I mean,
but yeah. I mean, I say you guys will probably be around 90, but yeah, you're right about the AL East. I don't know the last time a division winner won with only 85, 90 wins,
yeah.
you know. Um, but yeah, it'll be interesting. It's definitely a interesting race, right? As we've come through the beginning here. But it's still a long season. We'll see what happens. But if the Yankees don't get it together, if Casey doesn't get their hitting squared away, I think it could be. It'll definitely be a long season for the Yankees. For you guys, you could probably squeak some out here and there. But I don't like the start in any way, shape, or form as a Yankee fan. So
Well, the Royals are on pace to lose already. They already gave up a run on an error in the first inning. So that's not
mm,
a good sign. They're on pace to lose their first series of the year. But hey, only one series lost in the first 5 series isn't too bad.
no, that's not bad at all. And I'm sure, I bet you probably thought they would have lost 3 of the 5,
Yeah,
you know?
I figured they
So,
would have three series losses already, especially the Angels. I never would have thought they would have beat the Angels 2 games to 1. Or I guess they split them 2-2, but yeah, I mean, I never would. Yeah, that was a surprising one to me.
right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But we'll see what happens.
we still have a long ways to go in the year. 145 games. It's a long season of Major League Baseball. You could lose 10 in a row, and then you could win 10 in a row and be right back in it. So
Right.
see what happens. I mean, it's we'll just have to wait and see. I have a feeling Royals are going to lose the next 10 games, and then they're probably going to be 5-6 games out of first place. Maybe
Hmm.
my reverse psychology will work this time. Maybe they'll win 10 straight. Who knows? I'm pretty good at that. So
For sure. And I've never seen anybody who has been so negative during a game is either the Royals have come back and won or have kept the lead when
exactly.
you probably should have lost it. So keep doing what you're doing because it's actually quite
That's why I'm being
entertaining.
negative right now, saying they're going to lose tonight. Hopefully they pull it out. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, please beat them. Please beat them. As a Yankee fan, please beat Tampa. Please.
Exactly. There's our MLB talk for the night. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you've watched our video all the way to the end, and we will see you guys next time.